These are my last 4 gas fill-ups, and as you can see, I got 700 miles on my last tank of gas while getting 66 miles per gallon. I filled it up to 11.2 gallons. I'm on my way to Long Beach. I started filming it at that X. This trip will be around 60 miles, and I started driving at around 10:10. And you could see by the end of this video and throughout checkpoints I put in this video, you could calculate my speed and the distance. And I'm here to prove to you that a hydrogen fuel cell works on my 2011 Toyota Prius. What this hydrogen fuel cell is it's an independent component that is attached to my engine, and this fuel cell creates hydrogen and complements my engine, and it gives me an additional 5 miles per gallon. And how can I prove to you that it gives me an additional 5 miles per gallon? Well, most Prius owners know that if you're going, the faster you go, the lower mileage you get. And as you can see throughout my video, I'm going at least 65 miles per hour. And so if I'm going 65 miles per hour, many people know that your mileage diminishes. But as you can see on my display, I maintain a 65 mile per gallon consumption. I guess what that stands for. And in fact, by the end of this video, I will have gained a half mile on my display. And here I am at this checkpoint, and you could do the math when I show you my display here. As you can see, I'm going 69, and I actually gained 0.3 miles. And here I took this route with the 1X because the 2X's is I hate that location. There's a tall hill that I have to go up, and I will lose mileage. And while going downhill, many people brake, and while braking, I lose what I would have gained back. So I didn't take that route. I really hate it when those people don't know how to let go of the accelerator and maintain their momentum. But many people in Southern California suck. So anyways, in Southern California, the speed limit is 65 miles per hour. And as you can see, I'm maintaining 65 miles per hour, getting 65. And by the time I get to my destination, it's around 11 o'clock. I actually showed 11:10 right here, but I actually got to my location at around 11 o'clock, and I started filming again at that X. As you can see, it's 11:09, but I actually got to where I need to be around 11, so 10 minutes off. So I made my trip in 55 minutes, actually 50 minutes. And so if you do the calculations right, I should have maintained a 65 mile per hour speed. And that's the Costco at where that Signal Hill. And at that X, I'm on my way back towards the Inland Empire. And you can see that the traffic board where I'm at, so to prove to you. And as you can see, I gained 0.8 while I went to Long Beach. So my driving habits, what you should know about it. I drive every day 30 miles to work. I drive 15 miles to work and 15 miles home. Going to work, I take the freeway, which is 65 miles, the speed limit. And on my way home, I take the city streets because I go home at night and there are barely any cars and the traffic lights are in my favor. I don't turn on the air conditioning. I have rarely turned on my air conditioning since I've owned this car. And what else? Let me see. I drive in normal. I don't. As you can when I accelerate, I always keep it in the eco. I rarely go into the power mode. The only time I go into power mode is when I'm going uphill on a on ramp and I need to go fast and I go in power. I rarely speed. I rarely accelerate quickly, and I usually drive in a slow lane. And here I am at this X, and after traveling, I don't know how many miles, 110 miles, I guess. As you can see, I'm near where I started at 65 miles per gallon, and I gained half a mile. And that distance, those two locations from the beginning and end, as when I showed you the checkpoint, is around 3 miles. So I'm nearly where I was when I started the video. And at the end of this video, I'll show you what all my data. And throughout the entire day, I traveled 150 miles, as you can see from the beginning and the end. And I'll just be quiet as you can pause and look at my data. And in the next segment, I'll show you the actual fuel cell.